welcome back. So today I am going to be talking about my journey, my weight loss journey, and I'm also going to be talking about Herbalife. So I'm going to share with you guys some details. First, I want to introduce myself. My name is Emily. I am 32 years old. I am married. I have 3 kids, 12-year-old, 8-year-old, and a almost 3-year-old. So I had them all through via C-section. About 5 years ago, I was introduced to Herbalife. I had a coach, and she was amazing. She helped me out. I will show you guys pictures of my before and after with that. But with my second pregnancy, I had a really hard time losing the weight. I noticed that it wasn't as fast as my first one. So I reached out to someone that I had found on Instagram, and she caught my attention and she helped me out. I was able to lose a total of 53 pounds on Herbalife. Throughout that time, I was very happy because I was about, if I'm not mistaken, I think I was about 175, around there roughly. I can't remember. It was like 175 and I went down to 147. Yeah, it was something like that. I really can't remember. But I have the pictures. I'll put them up so you guys can see like my first challenge. And it was amazing. The journey was amazing. I just replaced my breakfast and with a shake, and I would drink a tea as well. I would also replace my dinner with a shake, and I wouldn't have the tea because it wouldn't let me sleep at night. But with that said, Herbalife did work for me. And after my second pregnancy, that was Alexa. Yeah, okay. So after that pregnancy, and all the weight loss, I decided that I wanted to have another baby. So I went ahead and, we planned it out. I planned it out with my husband, and we had our son. But in that process of that pregnancy, let me tell you guys, like, I didn't gain that much weight. I think the most I gained during that pregnancy was 35 pounds. And after that, I was able to lose the weight real quick. I was breastfeeding around the clock, and I was also drinking my Herbalife products. And my body just, right away, like as soon as I gave birth, I was down to 164. I would think I was 164 or 154. I can't remember, but I'll post a picture up. And I don't have body pictures. I only have I took a picture of my face because I went to cut my hair, so you can see how slim I was. And I had just given birth maybe about 3 weeks after that. Actually, I was even part of my cousin's wedding not so long after I gave birth to my son. But yes, I lost the weight real quick. But shortly after that, I fell into depression. I didn't know I was going through postpartum depression. I had a really hard time coping that I was moving from one state to another. I was leaving my family behind, my support, my cousins, everybody that I knew, my childhood friends. They were all staying back in New York, and I was moving to Pennsylvania. So throughout that process, when I came down to Pennsylvania, my son was very small, but my comfort was food. I loved food. I don't know why. I used to wake up in the middle of the night, and I would come into the kitchen and I would binge. I would have a bag of chips with like hot sauce, and trust me guys, like I would finish a whole huge bag of chips, and real quick, without even thinking about it, I went up to 220 pounds. I wasn't in denial. I knew that I had a problem, but I didn't know who to reach out to. I was always crying. I was always sad. I was still functional, my kids. Obviously, I had to still take care of 2 other kids, take them to the bus stop. But it was really hard for me, It was really, really hard for me to accept the fact that I was gaining weight, I guess, like I just didn't want it. I knew that I needed help, but I didn't know how to reach out for help. So accepting was like really hard for me. So I remember on my daughter's birthday, and like this is when I hit rock bottom. It was my daughter's birthday, and I remember we were all gonna take pictures, and I didn't want to take a picture. It was her birthday. I posted up the pictures on Facebook, on Instagram for my family to see, but there was no pictures of me. Everybody else took pictures except for me. I did take the picture. I'm gonna post it up. I was 220 pounds. I haven't really never shared this picture with anybody. I was so big. I did not feel comfortable in my own skin, and it just went like that. And I think that day, that was the day that I was like, you know what, I have to do something about this. I was an 2XL on shirts, and pant size I was a size 20, because all my weight, unfortunately, I'm one of those people that carry the weight on my stomach. And it was just my thighs were big. They didn't fit into any of my jeans. So for a long time, I was wearing just sweatpants and tights, and one short pair of shorts that I had from Old Navy that they were like really stretchy, and I was able to fit into that. That was the only shorts I actually owned for the whole entire summer. And I didn't go out, obviously, because I didn't know anybody out here. So home was definitely where I confided in being all the time. And like I said, food. But during that time, I started scrolling through Facebook, and I started again on Herbalife, and I was able to drop I think it was like 20 pounds, 15 to 20 pounds. I was able to drop. Working out, I wasn't really working out. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like I have a video and I'm gonna post it up as well so you guys can see. I couldn't even work out. I couldn't even jump rope. I was having a hard time jump rope. And I remember sending that video to my friend and telling her, like, I cannot believe I can't jump rope. So honestly, like, back to Instagram, I started scrolling, and I found, because I hashtagged the town that I live in, and I found my trainer. He had boot camp classes. I needed to get out of my comfort zone. I really needed to do that. So I ended up going to this boot camp class, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I felt like I wanted to throw up. I felt so out of shape. It was a gross feeling. I was shaking. I remember that day just trying to survive, and I didn't want to go back. I was just like, no, I'm not going to go back. This is just the worst. But then I kept thinking about my kids. I had no energy to go to the park. I had no energy to walk with them. I didn't even want to go from the bus stop back home. It was just bad. So I thought about my kids. They were the ones that, really gave me the motivation to keep pushing through. And I did. My trainer gave me my macros. He gave me nutrition help. And, it was just great. I was able to, started shedding weight real quick. So I went down to 175, if I have to say, like 175. And I loved it, guys. Like, my body just felt amazing. My energy level was amazing. And it was like a whole different lifestyle, and I wanted to continue going and continue going and continue going. What happened with Herbalife? So during that time, I started noticing that my hands would get really swollen, and I started stalling. I couldn't lose the weight anymore. Something was, like not right in my diet. I went to the doctor. I got some tests done, and he told me what I had already had. I kind of suspected that something was wrong with my insulin levels, because I did also do my research, and I was pre-diabetic because I'm only 4'11". So I was pre-diabetic, and I was diagnosed with insulin resistance. And I told the doctor what was happening to me every time I was I would wake up in the morning. And I told him that my hands would get really swollen. And he told me that what I was taking, and I explained to him that I was taking the Herbalife supplements. He told me that I needed to get off of it. The whey protein was just, it's not working for me. It wasn't doing me good. My carpal tunnel syndrome was hurting me too much. So, and the fact that I was insulin resistant, it was not helping me also as well to lose the weight. So what I did was I ended up going into the ketogenic diet. I started doing like a ketogenic diet, and I started seeing a lot of results. I'll post a picture about with those results as well. Was it sustainable? No, I don't think I was. That's why I fell off track, because I was having digestive issues. It just wasn't doing good with my body. So I got off of it, and I got off of Herbalife too. Now let's go back to my ketogenic diet. Around that time, it was hard, but I saw results. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did see a lot of good results. I loved it. I was able to go down to 163, 164, around there. And carbs back into your diet, you gain the weight back. So I gained a few pounds back. I would say about 177 back again to 177. And I stopped going to my workouts. I started falling into a little funk. And now finally I pushed myself through. Months ago I pushed myself through, and I said I'm going to get myself up again. I'm going to work really hard, and I'm not going to give up on myself, because at the end of the day, I'm only cheating myself out. I'm not doing this for anybody else. I got to think about my kids again. But this time I took a different toll. I did a 2-week vegan diet, and let me tell you guys, I felt amazing. I loved it. But because I do eat meat once in a while, I couldn't also sustain it. But those 2 weeks helped my body reset big time. I started doing smoothies in the mornings. Smoothies in the mornings, and I was doing green smoothies at night. I was adding turmeric, spinach. If you guys want the recipes, let me know. Comment in the link below. So, I made sure that I was having my veggies at night, my protein through vegan protein shake that I was taking. Body felt amazing on it. Why didn't I stay on it? Because like I said, I love meat, and it was just too hard for me. It was too hard for me, to be off the meat. But now I know how to eat better. I incorporate more greens into my diet, and I incorporate more, healthy carbs, and that's been helping me as well. I'm 163 at the moment right now, and with my trainer, I'm working out with him, and he's teaching me how to do weightlifting, which I'm so happy, because that's what I want to do. I want to build lean muscle and burn body fat, although it is like weight loss, but it's a different way of doing it. You're lifting weights, so that helps to burn body fat better than just being on like a cardio freak, because that's what I was, guys. Before, I used to be a cardio freak. I used to be working out on the treadmill for hours, and although you do see results, but it gets boring, guys. It gets really boring. So now with the whole weights, I don't know, like, it's just a different feeling, you feel strong, and that's exactly what I'm trying to achieve. I want to be strong, I don't want to be skinny and weak, and there's nothing wrong with being skinny. I just don't want to be skinny. I don't want to be a stick. That's not my goal. I've always been a thick, I think the least I've weighed my whole entire life was 130 pounds. So I'm not expecting to be less than that, but I am expecting to feel good and build, muscle, lean muscle, because I want to look good. I want to have curves, guys. But, it's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. I didn't gain weight overnight. This was a period of bad habits, eating outside food, my 3 kids. I mean, my body has been through a lot, I'm forever grateful for my body, because I carry three lives, There's no better feeling in the world than to feeling sore, because you killed that workout, because that you're working towards your new goal. Nobody can give you that feeling, you know? So it's an achievement feeling. So I'm happy at I am happy at 163. And do I want to stay here? Absolutely not. Do I want to continue going? Of course. Is it going to take, 4 weeks, 8 weeks? No. It's going to be a process. That's why this is my journey. So I meal prep now. I eat healthy. I make sure to get in my workouts. I make sure to get in my sleep. I make sure to listen to my trainer. If he tells me not to do something, I don't do it. And I make sure I reach out to the right people, and I surround myself with people that motivate me. I surround myself with people that inspire me. I make sure that on Instagram I follow people that are real, that show their struggles, because that's what you want in your life. You want to be realistic. Don't compare yourself to these other Instagram models. You cannot set a time to your goal. You gotta just work towards your goal. That's the way it works. You gotta work towards your goal, and never give up. And I said that out loud the other day. I'm never gonna give up on myself. I'm not doing that again. I'm not stepping back. I'm on here, guys, and just tell you that everything works, but there's just no miracle pill. And I'm never gonna get tired of that. Herbalife worked for me, but I needed to still follow an active lifestyle. I still needed to follow clean eating. I still needed to follow a routine. That never changed. The only thing that changed was just the protein shakes and the teas that were fat burning teas. Other than that, guys, I have to say that, I still drink Herbalife. Once in a while, I do go to the nutritional clubs from around my way and I sip on a shake. But I won't do it at night because I will suffer the consequences the next morning. But, whenever I want to, I go, and I still have it. As long as it fits in my diet and my lifestyle and my macros, why not? There's nothing wrong with it. But I definitely have to say, if I was doing Herbalife or not right now, guys, it's important that you learn how to eat, because if you don't know how to eat, you're never gonna achieve your goal. So, guys, after this, I'm going to show you guys my before and after. I'm going to show you a present picture of how I look now and how I look before. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Thank you. Like and subscribe.